Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to ATN Bangla. This is Shafiq with the news. First, the UP headlines. Jatiyo Oikofront is still unmoved regarding not going to Parliament at Prime Minister's invitation, says BNP. Obaidul Qadir terms BNP's decision as undemocratic attitude. High Court issues rule as to why filing and taking cases without specific allegation should not be declared illegal. And Cabinet gives final approval to the draft of Bangladesh EPZ Labour Law 2019. Now on to the details. BNP Senior Joint Secretary General Ruhul Kabir Rizvi has said Jatiyo Oikofront is still united regarding not going to the Parliament at the invitation of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Talking to newsmen at BNP Central Office, he alleged that the nation is being pushed towards one-party government by holding one-sided election through rigging. Rizvi claimed that law and order situation is worsening as the government is using them for political purpose. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul Qadir has said decision by BNP not to come to Gana Bhavan at Prime Minister's invitation is an undemocratic attitude. Briefing newsmen at the Secretariat, the British Minister urged BNP and Oikofront leaders to respond to the Prime Minister's invitation and take part in all the forthcoming elections. High Court has issued rule as to why filing and taking case without specific allegation and information should not be declared illegal. The division bench comprising Justice Moinul Islam Choudhury and Justice Ashraful Kamal gave the ruling after hearing on a writ filed in this regard. The lawyer of the writ petitioner said a 5-year-old boy was made accused in a land-related case filed with Motijhil Thana on 20th August last year. Meanwhile, the High Court has summoned 4 people, including DG of ACC Law Section, for interning wrong accused in jail for 3 years in 33 cases. In another development, the High Court served a 4-week rule seeking to know as to why inactiveness of those concerned in plugging air pollution in Dhaka city would not be declared unlawful. The Cabinet has given final approval to the draft of Bangladesh EPZ Labour Law 2019 at a meeting with Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in the chair. The Cabinet also approved the draft of Bangladesh Flag Carrying Vessels Protection Act 2019 was also given final approval. Under the law, Bangladeshi flag carrier ships must carry 50% of the products through the sea. Water experts have called upon the government to initial the UN Charter 1997 to realize Bangladesh's fair share of water from the international rivers. At the same time, they also urged to intensify diplomatic initiative to persuade other countries, including India, to sign the charter. Leaders of Bangladesh Poribesh Bachao Andolon (BAPA) and Poribesh Network (BEN) put forward the suggestions at a press conference at Dhaka Reporters Unity today. Various proposals of the just concluded Dhaka Conference on 100 years Delta Planning and Development were also placed at the press conference. The traffic jam is increasing unabated in the capital, causing extreme sufferings to city dwellers. The Traffic Division of DMP has informed that due to various development works including metro rail, it is not being possible to control the traffic congestion in the city. However, the metro rail authorities have informed that initiative is being taken to reduce the sufferings of the people through coordination of all parties, including police. Although traffic fortnight is being observed, discipline on the streets is yet in a mess. Chattogram Port Authority has taken initiative to introduce water bus service from the city's Shodor Ghat to Patenga Ghat number 15 to facilitate the airport-bound passengers to reach quickly, avoiding traffic congestion. The Chattogram Port Authority is to construct 4 water buses initially for plying in the river Kornofuli. Work is underway to build terminals at Shodorghat and Potenga. Now news from abroad. The US has warned Venezuela that any threats against American diplomats or opposition leader Juan Guaido will be met with a significant response. US National Security Advisor John Bolton said any such intimidation would be a grave assault on the rule of law. His warning comes days after the US and more than 20 other countries recognized Guaido as interim president. Meanwhile, Guaido has called for anti-government protests on Wednesday and Saturday. The political crisis in Venezuela now appears to be reaching boiling point amid growing efforts by the opposition to unseat Maduro. Finally, sports. And Kumila Victorians beat Khulna Titans by 80 runs in today's first BPL match at Chattogram. Scores: Kumila Victorians 237 for 5, Khulna Titans 157 all out. Even Lewis scored a brilliant century for Kumila Victorians. And that is the end of this bulletin. To view ATN Bangla News, browse www.youtube.com/ATNTubeNews. Subscribe and remain with ATN Bangla. Allah Hafiz.